Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome back to Another Explainer. Today we're breaking down some absolutely massive updates in the Nolan Wells case. We're looking at two major, breaking legal developments that have completely shifted the landscape of this investigation today.
To kick things off, I want you to think about something for a second. What actually happens to our digital footprint during an ongoing investigation? It's kind of wild to think about, right? Because investigations often move completely silently, operating in the shadows, right? Up until major legal moves bring both the digital data and physical evidence crashing into the light. And that is exactly what we are seeing happen right now. So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1, 2 major case developments. 2, preserving the digital trail. 3, addressing the online rumors. 4, the July 4th timeline. And 5, what happens next.
All right, Section 1, 2 major case developments.
Right now, we're tracking 2 very distinct yet equally vital paths. Step 1 represents a preemptive legal strike initiated by Nolan's mother, Christine Wells Wanley, aimed squarely at securing digital data. Step 2 is a formal legal defense mounted by one of Nolan's friends, Bart Edmiston Jr., who's pushing back hard against intense internet hearsay.
Moving on to Section 2, preserving the digital trail.
So Christine has filed what's known as a subpoena to preserve data. Essentially, this is a legal demand forcing tech companies to halt their routine server deletions and free specific account data. And guys, this is literally a race against time, because these companies, they don't keep our data forever. They automatically erase server data after varying periods. By serving this subpoena, she's legally demanding that they press pause on that deletion process for anything related to this case.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer unprecedented scale. She's targeting the absolute biggest players in the digital space: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Life360, Snapchat, and TikTok. She's demanding they hold any and all data related to Nolan's accounts. It's a comprehensive digital dragnet meant to capture his entire digital life.
And actually, it goes way further than just his own profile. The legal net being cast here is exceptionally wide. It covers not just Nolan's personal data, but all historical communications from anyone who has ever interacted with him on these apps. Every message, every ping, every shared location, if it touched his account, it is frozen.
You might be wondering, why go to such extreme lengths? Well, there's a very clear dual motivation here. First, it builds an undeniable foundation for a potential future civil lawsuit. Second, and honestly just as crucial, if law enforcement determines there's foul play, this frozen data could absolutely be the key to solving the case. She's making sure the evidence is there if investigators need it.
Okay, Section 3, addressing the online rumors.
So the internet has been buzzing with this theory. The rumor claims Bart was jealous of Nolan over a girl named Katie McCormick, who witnesses say Nolan was hanging out with on Horn Island on July 4th. Internet sleuths even dug up an old Facebook photo of Bart with a girl, claiming it was Katie as proof of a motive. But let's look at the facts. Bart has hired a lawyer, and they released a concrete statement pushing back. They state unequivocally that the girl in that old photo is not Katie McCormick. Furthermore, Bart flatly denies having anything whatsoever to do with Nolan's death.
And beyond just releasing a statement, Bart has taken very proactive steps here. He went directly to the police. He sat down with investigators, physically handed over his cell phone for them to extract whatever they needed, and gave them a full, detailed account of exactly what he witnessed on the 4th of July.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. The July 4th timeline.
This sequence of events on the water is absolutely critical. According to GPS data and witnesses, Nolan's friend's boat left Horn Island at 4:30 p.m. Shortly after they left, they hit major trouble. The boat's pump fails, they start taking on water, and they actually call a commercial towing company for help. But ultimately, that tow never came out. Why? Because Bart Edmiston arrived on his own boat, saw his friends in distress, and towed them back to the mainland safely himself.
But here's a detail you cannot miss. Right at the beginning of this chaotic timeline, we have a statement from Nolan's friend, Warren, which is backed up by GPS and other witnesses, stating, quote, Nolan did not get on that boat. He was not on that distressed vessel that departed at 4:30 p.m.
20. Now, this isn't just some random figure pulled out of thin air. This is a massive piece of the puzzle for Bart's defense.
When Bart provided his timeline to investigators, he didn't just offer his own word. He gave them the names of 20 different people. He says there were 20 individuals spread across his boat and the sinking boat who all personally witnessed the rescue tow. That's 20 people who can verify his movements and corroborate his story for law enforcement.
Which brings us to our final section. What happens next? So the crucial point is this. The investigation is now operating on two massive fronts. Phase 1 is analyzing that mountain of frozen social media data once the tech companies comply. Phase 2 is systematically interviewing those 20 witnesses to lock in the exact physical timeline on the water. It really illustrates how this whole case has shifted, right? Moving away from the noise of internet rumors and jealousy theories and into a highly structured extraction of hard server data, perfectly balanced with sworn, physical eyewitness testimonies. So, what will these secured digital footprints and the testimonies of 20 witnesses ultimately reveal about Nolan's final hours? That's what investigators are working tirelessly to piece together right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope it helped map out these complex updates clearly. Keep learning out there, and I'll see you next time.